So good evening and welcome everybody. My name is Mo Mekji. I'm the new chair of the Nassau County Interim Finance Authority. I want to kick off the meeting with a thank you and a welcome. Thank you first to our past chair, Rich Kessel, who did a great job for us and has undertaken a very challenging assignment as chair of the Nassau University Medical Center. So we wish him, the new board, and the management team well with all of that. And then I also want to welcome Jerry Ring as our newest NIFA board member. And I would ask Jerry to say a few words before we get into the agenda about himself. Jerry?
Hello. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to this opportunity to serving the residents of Nassau County in this new capacity. I have almost 40 years of working in the government sector in the area of budget and finance, both for the City of New York, for the MTA Long Island Railroad, and at LIPA. I recently retired, so this is a nice opportunity for me to continue my service to the public sector by being a member of this board. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jerry. We really welcome your appointment and hopefully a few others in the near future. And now with that, I'll ask Director Chris Wright, Chairman of the Audit Committee, to take it from here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm calling to order a meeting of the Nassau County Interim Finance Authority Audit and Internal Controls Committee. It's 6:30 on July 28th. I note the presence of all the members of the NIFA board, not just the members of the committee. We'll be the committee of the whole in that regard this evening, since what we will undertake at this meeting we'll bring to the full board, probably without further discussion. So
I will just, in that vein, given that we probably don't have quorum, I'm going to ask for Charo or Jerry to volunteer to join the audit committee so we can have a quorum.
Sure.
Great.
Thank you.
In which case we can proceed.
Yes.
So we have two items on the agenda. The first is the approval of the minutes of our prior meeting. Would somebody like to move that we approve the minutes?
I'll move.
That's been made. It's been seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
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 I vote aye as well. None are opposed. The minutes are approved. The second and sole item on our agenda for this evening is to approve the submission of NIFA's, not the county's, NIFA's 2027 budget and our 2027 through 2030 financial plan to the State Controller's Office and other agencies. Carl.
Thank you and good evening. NIFA approves the financial plan at about this time every year, as it must be included in Nassau County's coming multi-year financial plan, which they release September 15th each year. NIFA's financial plan must also be filed with the authority's budget office, state controller, and various other state officials throughout New York State Public Authority's reporting system at the earliest possible date before the fiscal year commences on January 1st. The proposed budget plan for 2027 through 2030 that I'm submitting for your approval is substantially consistent with the financial plan adopted by this board last year. Totals for NIFA's core operating expenses in 2027, 2028, and 2029, respectively, are the same as what was approved by you last year. These amounts reflect current staffing levels on an overall basis, future pension contributions rates based on NIFA's upcoming invoices due at the end of this year, and projected increases in health insurance premiums in accordance with the latest available estimates provided by the State Department of Civil Service. The category of statutorily mandated expenses of $550,000 for 2028, 2030 provide for the mandated biennial operational audits of 3 Nassau County public benefit corporations and contingencies of $50,000 for 2027 and $100,000 for 2029, when no operational audits are required. I wanted to emphasize that NIFA remits to the county all unspent core and statutorily mandated appropriations. All other components of the proposed budget financial plan remain largely unchanged from the financial plan under which we're currently operating. The assumptions that we use to develop our financial plans are in your materials immediately following the document that I'm currently presenting. Can I answer any questions regarding the proposed budget and financial plan?
And I should point out that the board has had this information in advance. We've had the opportunity to digest it, and that may or may not lead to questions or none based on the materials that were provided. I would also observe that the board has, at prior meetings, suggested that we may seek or encourage legislative relief from the audit requirements that would save NIFA and the taxpayers who would get the money otherwise, those costs going forward. But until that happens, you've provided for them in the even years.
That's correct, yes, we have.
Any questions for Carl?
No questions.
Is there a motion to approve the resolution that would involve the provision and filing of this budget and the four-year plan?
I'll make a motion.
Motion's been made.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
None
Aye.
opposed? I vote aye. And the resolution is approved. The only other item before us, unless there is anything else to be taken up, is to adjourn this committee. Would somebody like to move to adjourn?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous. The committee is adjourned. Meeting is yours, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that very much. So we have quorum with the Board of NIFA, so I will ask, I'll begin by calling for a roll. Jerry?
Jerry Ring?
Mo Megji?
Chris Wright.
Charo Esdran.
Thank you. So the first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the directors of May 5th, 2026.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The second item is the consideration of the Nassau Healthcare Corporation contract with Upstate Anesthesia Services, PC, doing business as Long Island Anesthesia. Carl?
Yes. This is a four-year contract commencing April 1st, 2026, with maximum annual amount of $8.3 million in year one, $8.55 million in year two, $8.8 million in year three, and $8 million in year four. The contract provides for $9 million in the fourth year, but NIFA's approval wouldn't exceed the maximum amount approved by NHCC's board for that year. On July 21st, 2026, NIFA Chairman Meggi granted partial approval of the contract in the amount of $2.5 million. In addition, NIFA's approval of prior amendments of a previous contract with the firm totaling $6.2 million require ratification by the directors. I'm requesting you to consider, number one, approval of NHCC's contract with Upstate Anesthesia for $31,150,000, which accounts for the previously approved sum of $2.5 million. And then number two, ratification of NIFA's approval of the above described amendment to the prior contract with the firm.
Mr. Chairman,
Any questions?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'll move the resolution in the full amount of $33,650,000.
Any second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. The third item is H&L Contracting LLC. Carl?
Yes. This is a new contract to resurface various roads in Nassau County. The bid was advertised on September 23rd, 2025, and 5 bids were received. H&L Contracting was the lowest responsible bidder. The bid of $6,870,208.60 was almost 12% below the engineer's estimate. Funding for this project is available in Capital Project 61587. I'm asking that you request, that you consider approval of this contract.
Questions? Motion?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Fourth item, Carl?
Yes. This is an agreement with Arthur Gallagher Risk Management Services to act as the county's insurance broker to renew policies, provide consultation on risk exposure, and to obtain new insurance coverage as directed by the Office of Management and Budget. On February 5th, 2026, the county issued an RFP to which there were 6 respondents. It was determined that the firm's offer, Arthur Gallagher, of $6.6 million for 5 years with a 2-year option to renew is the best value to the county to fund its environmental, aviation, liability, property, and excess liability policies, as well as to provide risk management consulting services at a flat fee of $10,000 per year. Again, I'm asking for consideration.
If any questions,
No questions.
somebody willing to move the
I'll move
motion?
it.
Thanks, Charlotte.
I'll second.
Thank you, Jerry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Fifth item, EAC Inc. Carl?
Yes. This contract is covered by blanket resolution 720-1978 under the expanded in-home services for the elderly program. It's for 6 years commencing on April 1st, 2026 with a value of $7,038,000. This contract is 75% reimbursable by New York State. The firm is to provide case management services to Nassau County to help older adults in their needs and develop, implement, and maintain an appropriate plan of services and service delivery. An RFP was issued on August 6, 2025, and 5 proposals were received. 4 of the respondents were awarded contracts, and the 5th respondent's proposal was considered substandard. You're requested to consider this contract with the EAC.
I'll move it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chris. Any second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jerry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. I think the 6th item, thank you, Carl,
Thank you.
is Basilico Civil, Inc., Martha?
Basilico Civil Inc., item A87-26, is a contract with the Department of Public Works. The term of the contract is 540 days from the notice to proceed and is valued at approximately $11.8 million. The contract is for the rehabilitation of Merritt Road Phase 1 from Jackson Avenue to County Line Road. The contract is to be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of this contract does not guarantee future borrowing authorizations. Are there any questions?
Any motion?
I'll motion to.
Jerry moves.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carries. 7th item, Martha, ACOM USA.
Yes, ACOM USA Inc., item 918-26, is also a contract with the Department of Public Works. Actually, this is a contract amendment to an existing contract, which extends the term of the contract by 2 years. The new expiration date is December 9, 2028. The amendment is valued at approximately $8.5 million. The contract is for professional services for the Bay Park Conveyance Project. The county, also this contract is to be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of this contract does not guarantee future borrowing authorization.
Thank you. Any motion?
I do have a question. This is the Bay Park project that connected Cedar Creek to Bay Park with the pipe, or?
Yes,
Okay,
that's
got it.
this
Thank you.
big project, yes.
It's a big deal.
Any other questions? Motion?
I'll make a motion to move.
Thank you, Jerry.
Second.
Thank you, Chris. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. 11th item is Thomas Novelli Contracting Corp. Martha?
Did we skip Health Department?
I'm sorry.
The 8th and 9th.
Sorry.
I'm in a rush.
Sorry.
Let's go back. 8th and 9th items, L&M Bus Corp. and Education Bus Transportation.
Yes, those 2 contracts are actually with the Department of Health. They are for they are for safe and reliable transportation for preschool children to and from their educational programs. The term of each of these contracts is from August 1, 2026 through July 31st, 2029, with 1 2-year renewal option. The amount to be approved for each contract does not include funding for the renewal option. These costs have 59.5 rate of state aid reimbursement. These contracts will be funded, the county share will be funded out of the Health Department operating budget. Item 8093-26 LMM Bus Corporation is valued at $44 million. The state will reimburse the county approximately $26.2 million, and the county share is approximately $17.8 million. Item 894-26 Educational Bus Company. The contract is valued at $21 million. The state will reimburse the county approximately $12.5 million, and the county share is approximately $8.5 million.
Questions?
No. Mr. Chairman, I'll move that we consider both resolutions jointly and approve them both.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Can we have a motion to approve these contracts?
Yeah,
Great.
I'll make that.
Second?
Second, yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. 10th item is consideration of the issuance of general obligation bonds or bond anticipation notes by Nassau County, and will be presented by Connell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The county has informed NYFA of its desire to raise money to pay for certain general and sewer capital projects in the amount of approximately $243.5 million, plus the cost of issuance through its sale of bonds or bond anticipation notes. The county is seeking our approval for the borrowing as required during the control period. The county at the same time would borrow an additional approximately $56.2 million worth of bonds plus cost of issuance, which were approved at the December NYFA meeting, subject to the limitations in the resolution approving that borrowing. The combined bonding requested would total approximately $299.7 million plus cost of issuance. Although the amount the county is requesting to be issued would be almost triple the $100 million projected to be issued in the spring 2026 allocation in the county's multi-year plan, the county contends that its updated debt service projections following this transaction would be consistent with the plan's projections due to the various factors listed in the materials. In addition, the county has indicated that all of the projects have approved county bond ordinances. And so understanding the county would issue the bonds as soon as practicable, probably in August. The county has not, however, complied with NYFA's repeated requests for a meeting prior to consideration of this item to discuss a variety of financial and oversight issues, including the county's rationale for the significant increase in its borrowing requests, again, almost $300 million, above the county's projected $100 million amount included in the NYFA-approved plan for the spring 2026 allocation. The county's ongoing failure to cooperate in various oversight matters and its unwillingness to meet with NYFA prior to consideration of this item has created a troubling aura of uncertainty regarding its finances and certain of its operations at this time. Therefore, with two exceptions that I'll specify, NYFA staff recommends limiting the borrowing to the amount in the approved plan for the spring 26 allocation of $100 million, with the $56.2 million approved in December counting towards that $100 million. Staff recommends additional borrowing approval of $22 million for capital project 98350, which is the electronic voting machine replacement, and $3.5 million for capital project 97139, which is the Nassau Forward ERP financial system, now called Nassau Advantage, as NYFA has been informed that these two projects are critical to the functions of the Board of Elections and the County Controller's Office, respectively. As detailed in the materials, the total of $69.3 million in new borrowing approval plus the December approval of $56.2 million equals $125.5 million. In addition to the two projects specifically approved, the county may borrow from among the list of submitted projects, but only up to the amounts approved by the directors, with the exception of three specified projects, which are being excluded because of because the county has not provided an answer to our inquiry regarding the legality of borrowing for such projects at this time. The county anticipates that the bonds would be issued on a competitive basis, and our approval would be limited to only those items or projects eligible to be capitalized in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles and which have an original period of probable usefulness of 5 years or greater, other than for public safety vehicles. So in sum, you're being asked to approve the county's proposed issuance of bonds or bond anticipation notes, subject to the terms and conditions outlined in the materials and resolution and as described today. I'm happy to address any questions you may have about this item.
So thank you, Connell. I want to commend the staff for the detailed work and diligence you've done. I want to encourage the county to cooperate with the staff to continue to do that. But let me open it up to questions from the board, because this is an important matter.
I appreciate it, Mr. Chairman. And Connell, is this direct county borrowing now, or are they using NYFA as the vehicle?
This is direct county borrowing.
So we're back to that, okay.
I have two questions. Sure. Did the county provide a financial analysis to correlate their explanations as to why they tripled the amount in terms of quantifying the impact of the change in the coupon or the change in the par, change in the period of probable usefulness, in terms of how that would change the $100 million original estimate to $300 million?
They provided an analysis which showed that it complies with the debt service forecast
Okay.
by moving some things around,
Defeasance.
coupons,
Right. Okay.
they've gotten some,
Okay. So in the short term?
they did a defeasement, right, so they showed that, but we still were concerned of why the amount is so
Yeah.
much greater. Why did they need to almost triple the amount?
Right.
And so that was one of the things, the executive director had sent a letter to the county asking for a meeting, back in June, I guess it was June, I think it was back in June, asking for a meeting, and this was one of the items on the list to talk about. We'd hoped that it would have been done prior to this meeting to address those types of questions.
And my second question is, in that original financial plan, was there a second borrowing estimate projected for 2026, or was it just the one at $100 million?
And if they originally did 100 million, but I think they're taking that away now and saying they're not doing the second borrowing.
So there was a second borrowing?
Correct, 100 in the spring, 100 in the fall.
Got it, okay. So this $299 million is still higher than the sum of the two?
Correct,
Yeah.
but again, they said that the debt service would come out the
Yes,
same.
yes.
Although, again, you have to look at the future borrowing,
Yeah.
what they're still looking at to do in 27, those types of questions we would have for them.
And again, Jerry, just to add on to that, since I got appointed chair sometime in June, I've requested a meeting with the county executive. Currently, I think we're tentatively scheduled for sometime early next week, so I plan to raise these. And my goal is to ensure that the county gets what it needs, but has a cooperative, transparent relationship with NIFA, especially since we are operating during the control period. Any other questions?
No, Mr. Chairman, it would seem to me that the county should be clear that our requests are not voluntary. The
Indeed.
information we request is required to be provided to us prior to us taking action. I would move, Mr. Chairman, that we approve the resolution in the amended and revised amount suggested by the staff.
Any second?
I second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Connell. I think are we back to Martha? Thomas Novelli, I'm glad the board was paying attention when I raised that earlier.
And just so it's clear to everyone, Mr. Chairman, the reason why we're going back to contracts again is because NIFA's staff diligently working to make sure every contract that was available from both the hospital and the county could be heard tonight, was heard. So we added these contracts within the last 72 hours, 144 hours, to make sure they could be heard before you tonight, so they'd be timely approved.
Yeah, and I'm, John, to be fair, I'm very thankful. For the board's information, I've been having regular meetings with the staff, including as late as last Friday, and I know some of these have occurred since then. So I appreciate all the effort and diligence that goes into that. But Martha, let's go ahead.
Okay, item 940-26, Thomas Novelli Contracting Corp. is a contract with the Department of Public Works. The term is 540 days from the notice to proceed, and it is valued at approximately $9.5 million. The scope of work involves resurfacing the travel lanes and shoulders on various roadways for the Phase 74 of Concrete Roadway Repair Contract Project. The contract will be funded with capital proceeds. Approval of this contract does not guarantee future borrowing authorization. Are there any questions?
If no questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is Intellis Health. Carl?
Tallagy.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Tallagy Martha.
Tallagy, yes, Tallagy. Item 936-26, Tallagy Inc. This is a contract amendment. The term of the original contract is extended from May 1, 2026 through April 30th, 2028, and is valued at approximately $2.2 million. This contract amendment requires approval from the NIFA directors since the aggregated contract value amounts to $5 million. The police headquarters operating budget is funding this contract. The vendor designs, develops, and validates written examination for various civil services titles on behalf of the County Police Department and the County Civil Service Commission.
Is there a motion?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Nassau, 13th item is Nassau Healthcare Corporation contract with Intellis Health. Carl?
Yes, the purpose of this contract is to extend the existing
And sorry,
contract.
before hearing Carl's presentation, I will entertain a motion from the board to amend the resolution before you to correct the name of the vendor in the second resolve clause to read Intellis Health, Inc. in place of Roche Diagnostics, Inc.
Recommend that as a friendly amendment. We can accept that as a board.
Any second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carries. Carl?
All right, thank you. The purpose is to extend the existing contract for 5 years, from July 10th, 2026 to June 30th, 31. So, the intent of the contract is to provide maintenance and support service to imaging and biomedical equipment at all 3 NACC facilities. The value of the contract is $13,395,532. The firm previously submitted a proposal, but another firm who was awarded the contract at that point terminated all services on July 11, 2025. Given the immediate need for biomedical services, NACC accepted Intellis Health's proposal. You requested to consider NACC's contract with Intellis.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move that as amended.
Second? I'll second it.
All right, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carries. EMDs is the 14th item. Next.
Yes.
Carl?
NACC submitted 2 amendments in the amount of $850,000 and $450,000 respectively, which are from January 1st, 2026 through September 30th, 2026. The firm provides physician claim billing, follow-up and appeals, and in addition, NIFA's approval of a prior amendment in the amount of $750,000 requires ratification by the directors. The total contract of the value of these amendments is now, including these amendments, is now $7,957,000. You requested to consider, number 1, approval of NHCC's contract with EMDS Inc., and number 2, ratification of NIFA's approval of the above-described prior amendment to the contract with the firm.
If no questions, can I ask for a motion for both?
I'll make a motion.
Thank
I'll
you, Jerry.
second.
Thanks, Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
I think the next one might be you as well, Carl. Yes.
Yeah, which would be pretty quick.
Next item, submission of approval for the NIFA's 2027 budget and the 27 to 2030 plan.
Mr. Chairman, at a meeting immediately preceding this meeting, at which the full board was in attendance, we considered this resolution and passed it unanimously. I recommend that the board do the same now. I'll move the approval.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carries. Thank you, Carl. So the last item is an order requiring the county assessor and the chairperson of the County Assessment Review Commission to cooperate and comply immediately with the authority's operational audit of the County Department of Assessment and the County Assessment Review Commission. This will be presented by our Executive Director. John?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to give some background to the directors on this item, on March 23rd, 2026, the NIFA directors approved a selection and retention of EFPR Group to do an audit of the county assessment system. On April 6th, the audit firm, an independent audit firm, had been unable to begin their audit. However, because the Department of Assessment and ARC have avoided their many attempts to begin the operating conference call to begin the audit. On May 7th, 2026, the audit firm sent a notice of delay letter to both the county assessor and the chairperson of ARC, stating that their non-cooperation has hindered their ability and therefore NYFER's ability to conduct an audit under NYFER's statutory authority. On April 11th, the audit firm sent an email to
June 11th.
June 11th, excuse me, the audit firm sent an email, again, both to the chairperson of ARC and also the commissioner, the assessor, to try to, again, get cooperation, and we still haven't had cooperation. And as referenced earlier by the general counsel, in June of this year, I also sent a letter to the administration addressing this issue and the lack of cooperation by their department. For these reasons, the NYFA staff is recommending that both the chairperson of ARC and the commissioner of the assessment department order to cooperate with us. The one caveat in the resolution is that it won't be in effect until August 7th of this year at 5 p.m. And pending the cooperation with them, it can be rescinded by the chairman. Pending your questions.
Any questions from the board?
I think for the public, Mr. Chairman, it'd be helpful if either counsel or the executive director could just highlight what the nature of a NYFA order is and what the consequences of failure to follow that order might be.
Do you want to provide some guidance, counsel? And also, I think it's worth noting that what was stated, and for the reason for this audit, I think by former Chairman Kessel, is that this is a pillar, the assessment system is one of the fundamental pillars of how the county finances itself, and it directly relates to our oversight. Not to mention that it's an extremely large department in the county, and obviously the functioning of the department is also, NYFA has direct oversight over.
I was more along the lines of, we don't have to justify our requests, they simply need to be complied with. But it's helpful.
So we hope it doesn't come to this, as the chairman said, we're hoping for cooperation, but in the event that there isn't cooperation and the order has to be carried out and enforced, the NYFA statute does provide for an enforcement mechanism, including removal or suspension from duty for anyone who disobeys a valid NYFA order, which this would be. And also, anyone disobeying a valid NYFA order could be subject to a misdemeanor penalty.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Connell. I just want to reiterate that this is very important, and the county and these corporations need to comply with this order. NYFA's just here to do its job and ensure that it's providing the oversight it needs to do. And that's what the staff's been endeavoring to do. But I think we're not going to shy away from our responsibilities, so this is going to be an order. Can I, are there any other questions? If not, can I ask for a resolution?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you. So that takes care of the items on the agenda. In a few moments, we're going to be entering into an executive session, and just to be clear, we do not plan to consider any additional items in case folks in the audience don't want to wait. I will now entertain a motion from the directors to conduct an executive session pursuant to Public Officers Law, Section 105, to discuss the financial history of a particular third-party corporation.
I'll make the motion, but can I just say one thing, Chairman?
Please.
I would just like to say thank you to our new chairman of the board, and
you.
for your grace, and for checking in with the directors, and you have big shoes to fill, and you certainly seem to be filling them, so I would like to personally say thank you.
I think that's an order. Yeah.
Thank you. That's very kind of you, Charo. I really appreciate that. All of, this is an important role. I've taken it on primarily with the confidence of knowing that the board is diligent and working closely together. So thank you.
With that, I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Before we chair, the one last statement I want to make is I just want to let everybody know that we have scheduled 2 meetings, one for October 22nd and another for November 19th. We are planning to finalize a date, subject to calendar, so sometime in mid-September, so that we have a sort of agreed-upon calendar for the next few months. Thank you all for being here. I'll call the meeting. I'll call the meeting back. I'll call the meeting back to order and ask for a motion to adjourn.
Made.
Wait, until you're back from executive session.
Yeah, I'll move that we return from executive session.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Always happy to make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.